Hi everyone, Rick Davidson here, game career coach, helping you get paid to make video games for a living. In this video series, I'm talking about the key elements that are right at the cause of having you be successful in terms of getting paid to make video games for a living. In this video, I'm talking about the principle of certainty. And for me, I've read, hundreds and hundreds of books on leadership, on personal development, on psychology, on communication, on successful people. And there's something that comes up time and time and time again is this notion of certainty. People who succeed in life, the most successful people, are certain about what they are doing. They're certain about their approach, and they're certain that they can get it done. There's the belief, and this is the thing about certainty. Certainty is a belief. It's a belief. It's not an emotion or a personality trait or a skill. It's something you can choose right now, or you can not choose right now. And I've seen a lot of people throughout my career who struggle, people who come in for an interview and they struggle, people who are trying to have their own indie company and they struggle, and often it's because you can sense this uncertainty, they haven't fully committed to the fact that yes, this is going to happen, and yes, I can get the job done, and yes, this is the right way to go about doing it. And that's what the great leaders out there do, the great entrepreneurs, the great politicians, the great sporting athletes. They have this certainty. And people can smell, when you're dealing with them, they can smell if you're uncertain. If you're certain, you become a magnet. Okay. If you're starting out there and you're looking to get your foot in the door, looking to get a job, then you have to be certain about the fact that you want to make games. I was at a recent games jam, the global game jam, and I talked to a lot of programmers, a lot of guys who are learning programming, going through an engineering degree. I talked to them about games, like, what do you know about games? You know, are you interested in games? And they're at a game event, right? So this is the conversation. And they're like, I don't know, I don't know much about games, and I'm not sure what I want to do. That's the opposite of how you stand out and get a job. You know, I want to use nice words here. I don't want to be too mean to them. But you have to be certain. When someone says, what do you think about games? If you're out there trying to get a job, you're like, I love games. I want to make games. Games is my life. Oh man, just making games would just light me up and be so amazing and spectacular and wonderful. And I think it'd be such an opportunity. You have to be certain this is what you want to do. You might not have to bring as much over the topness as I'm bringing. This is the way I try to live my life, with enthusiasm and gusto, but you have to be certain about it. And you have to be certain about your specialization and your role. Here is what I'm going to do. Even if it changes at some point down the track, that's fine. But you have to be certain that I am starting off as a level designer and I'm going to be an excellent level designer. That was what I'm certain about, my role. I've invested my time and my energy into that. And don't think about, well, what if there's no level design jobs and maybe I have to go and be a technical designer, so I have to learn about technical design. That is not the way to powerfully get a job, to powerfully connect with people in the industry. If you want to be powerful, you have to be certain, I am an excellent level designer. I will knock this out of the park. I would love to do it. And that is how you get a level design job, is having that certainty. And then you actually have to be certain that you can get the job done. You have to be certain that you're a good level designer. You have to be certain that you're a good concept artist. You have to be certain that you have what it takes to start your own indie company. So that's the certainty. And if you are starting your own indie company, or you have your own indie company, then you need to bring this certainty about the vision for the company, the certainty about the direction for the company, and the certainty about the experience you're going to deliver for the player. You don't have to be certain about the features, because they change, they get iterated on. You don't have to be certain about the exact type of game it's going to be. That's the sort of thing that you put it out there, you see how it goes, you get feedback. But you have to be certain about that high-level aspect of where are we headed, what's our vision, and what's the experience we're delivering for the player. And the more certain you are, the more certain the people around you will be about you. This is the real magic. This is the psychological magic of you on your games journey. If you get that certainty about yourself, and I've seen this time and time again, not just in reading about famous leaders or reading about people who are billionaires, but it's very prominent there. I've seen this time and time again in the games industry, and I have been fortunate enough to be promoted as a young guy in many of my roles, and then have a lot of great opportunities to lead teams and run teams and start my own company and getting investment and selling my own company. I've been very fortunate, and looking back on it, I relate a lot of that to the fact that I come to the conversation with certainty, and that gives people a lot of trust, And when I'm talking to someone else and they are certain about the journey they're on, I get a lot of trust in them that they can do it and they're going to get there. And that is my promise for you. If you come with certainty that your likelihood of reaching where you want to get to will increase dramatically. Okay, so if you've liked what I've talked about in this video, please go ahead and click the like button. If you have any questions or comments, throw that in the box below. And as always, I wish you all the best in your journey of getting paid to make video games for a living. And if there's any way I can be of service, please just let me know.